The four horsemen of distraction. Let me lay them out. The first is loans or leverage. Second is lust. Third is liquor. The fourth is megalomania. There is this idea that Charlie Munger promoted when he was alive. He said that what you have to do is avoid mistakes. When you avoid mistakes, then automatically that means you have a chance to succeed. One of the mistakes Charlie Munger saw a lot of people make, especially men, is what he called the 3 L's. I have already mentioned them, but the 3 L's are leverage, lust, and liquor. When you see liquor, think drugs. There is another I'm adding to the list. This is megalomania. So first, we will deal with the 3 that Charlie Munger mentions. Then we will also look at megalomania. So number 1, loans. I know someone in my family, I won't mention his name, who was addicted to loans. He was always taking bank loans. And there were several cycles. He would borrow money from the bank, the repayment will be due, and he wouldn't have funds to pay the repayment, so he would have to resort to borrowing from friends. The situation was untenable. It got to a point where his business failed because the vicious cycle had reached its peak. This was pure financial indiscipline. It was scary. I have always thought about loans this way. If you are taking a loan, it should be to do something that would make you more money than the repayment you will be making on the loan. A loan should be a financial tool to improve your business or your life. Otherwise, it's not useful. The temptation with loans is that they can become addictive. There's a part of the human mind where loans feel like free money. And sometimes you forget that you have to pay back. It is especially dangerous when access to funds is easy. As seen in the example I mentioned, the person's business failed because he was taking too many loans. Second horseman, lust. The danger with lust is that if you don't control it, someone might accuse you of rape or sexual harassment. There's a crazy world we live in. You may think you are in a mutual relationship and the person will still accuse you of these things. Even when you come out clean from the situation, the emotional, financial, and relational damage the person would have done to you will be huge. One of the few people who had this problem or experience and overcame it was Kobe Bryant, the basketball player. Kobe thought he was having a one-night stand with a front desk assistant. I don't know if you know the story. I got to know about it after the fact. I'm not a basketball follower. I read a biography on Kobe and I got to know about this story. It appears the lady in that story wasn't in for Kobe's money. There are some people who make such accusations in order to get paid. But in Kobe's example, it looked like the lady actually felt pressure. They settled the matter out of court, but Kobe Bryant lost sponsors at the time. I wonder what the conversation with his wife was, Kobe's wife was, during that period. The strangest thing is that the situation didn't affect Kobe's performance. Please subscribe to the channel. We need followers. We need subscribers so we can monetize. The third horseman of distraction is liquor. As I said, you should read liquor as drugs, but alcohol itself is a very dangerous drug. The danger with alcohol is that it is socially accepted. Remove yourself from society a bit, just zoom out, as though you are some god looking down on the tiny human beings, the mere mortals. Why are we drinking a substance that makes us tipsy and often tastes terrible? Same with smoking. Why are we inhaling smoke? To what purpose? Why? Some people have a natural affinity for alcohol. If you are one and you start using it, you become an alcoholic. For me, I don't want to know. I don't want to know if I have an affinity for it or not. So I won't drink. The good thing is that I'm a Mormon. I'm a Latter-day Saint. And we Mormons, we don't drink alcohol. It's one of our doctrines. You see the same problem with weed. Some people have underlying mental conditions that are triggered when they take weed, making them lose their mind. I've seen a number of guys just go mad. So liquor and drugs are very dangerous. When you take them, it is often difficult for you to concentrate on what makes you great. We see so many musicians, actors, athletes become addicted to drugs and are unable to perform. Their career ends. Their career ends. Now to the fourth horseman. This I think is the most dangerous. Megalomania. We need healthy self-confidence. Of course, if you're ambitious, you have some ego. But megalomania is a whole new level. You are always right. You can't be corrected. You can't be reasoned with. I first heard this from the David Senra podcast as he interviewed Jimmy Yovin. I thought this was so true. One person I can think of is Kanye West when I think about megalomania. I don't know how much of Kanye's megalomania was mental illness. He was unhinged, extremely rude. It is true that pride cometh before the fall. The danger with megalomania is that if you keep making it clear that you shouldn't be corrected, no one will correct you. That led Kanye down all forms of rabbit holes, including his anti-Semitism and praise for Hitler. It was megalomania that led to the murder of Julius Caesar. He made himself dictator for life, set up statues of himself, and had cults worshipping him. Some of those who killed him, like Brutus, were close to him. They did it not out of mere malice, but because they believed that killing him would save the Roman Republic. What do you think? Do you have your own horsemen that you believe lead to destruction? If you do, kindly share in the comments. Have a wonderful day. Cheers. And subscribe to the channel. Do subscribe, share, like this video.